Good morning, folks. Hello, welcome.
Good morning, good to see you all, and welcome to Discover Tai Chi. I'm Phil.
Hello, and I'm Helen. So nice to have you with us this morning. If you haven't been visited us before, so we'll just say a little bit about what we do.
So we teach evidence-based Tai Chi and qigong for health and wellness, and we've been going now since 2016, and come what may, COVID or not, we're still here and we've still got lots to share with you.
Indeed. We are battling on, just taking one day as it comes with this latest lockdown, and we've got our first person through the door. So Happy New Year, Pat. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Pat, and thank you for the coffees as well. That's really nice of you to have bought us a couple of coffees already. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Do say hello, those people who are joining us now, and even if you're going to watch later, don't forget to say hello as well. It's just nice to be friendly. So if you do watch later, as we know some of you do, drop us a comment and say hello and tell us what you like, and tell us things that you might like us to feature as well.
So just to say a little bit more, we really like the evidence base for Tai Chi, don't we? So we're always looking at it and reading, finding out a bit more, and just thinking more widely about how Tai Chi kind of can help in everyday life as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we create our own programs and we go to a lot of trouble researching the movements so that we can truly say that those movements do have an evidence base to support them and a rationale for why we've included them. I think we're pretty unique in that way. I don't see anyone else doing that to the level that we're doing. Maybe one or two other people in the world, but that's it. We really do look at each sequence that we use and make sure that there's some form of evidence to back it up for the purposes that we demonstrate it.
Indeed. So today we are at the beginning of January, and it's definitely the time that people start to think about, or have thought about, traditionally thought about maybe making a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I'm going to say hello to Dorothy as well. Good morning, Dorothy. Lovely to have you with us, and Happy New Year to you too. Yes, we've got some news. We're going to talk about resolutions or themes. We're going to share a YouTube video afterwards and also in our pending newsletter that really illustrates what we're talking about, and it chimes very much with classical Chinese philosophy from that Taoist and Confucian background that informs our Tai Chi practice. Because Tai Chi, if we could say it's one thing, it's an embodied form of philosophy and culture. So we've got Maggie here, we've got Anne as well. Good morning, guys. Good to have you with us.
Happy New Year as well.
Yeah, so Happy New Year. And come what may, even though we're facing a third national lockdown, we're still here and we're still going to be producing live streams and other content that we'll talk about a little later. Let us know how you are, though. What's your thoughts and feelings? How are you going to be coping over the next weeks or so with this new lockdown? And any thoughts, do share them and let us know what you think. We've got Ali and Chris as well. Great to have you with us, guys. If there's one thing we want to be, is a bit of constancy in people's lives. And crikey, if this goes on for much longer, we'll be doing this for a full year, won't we? When we started back in March, yeah. And you've travelled with us all along the way. What's news-wise then,
News-wise, so yes, we obviously have to stop our outdoor classes. So we were still able to run outdoor classes up until midnight last night, I think. But even though, well, actually it was very icy, wasn't it? So the ice had stopped playing yesterday. But so we won't be having any outdoor classes. So everything will be online now. So we're either going to be on YouTube
So YouTube here with our live stream every Tuesday. Then on Wednesdays, we have our Zoom class at 11 o'clock, teaching Tai Chi foundations. We're also doing some fun stuff with the charity Limb Power on a Thursday. And that's specifically aimed at people with limb loss. So that's something that's keeping us busy with a Zoom session. We've got some corporate Zoom sessions for workplace wellness coming up as well, which is really nice. But yeah, no physical classes. And at this point, no one-to-ones. We had quite a few people enjoying one-to-ones. But until we get clarification from CIMSA, which is the Chartered Institute for the Management of Physical Activity and Sport, always surprises me that I remember that. We can't say whether we're able to do one-to-ones or not outside. We'll let you know. And again, for those people who have enjoyed our one-to-ones, we'll let you know in person as well. So yes, it's a very strange time, as Greg says.
I think that's Diane.
And sorry, Diane. Sorry, Diane.
So yeah, hello, Diane. Yeah, it is very strange. And we've got a hello from Anne saying, yes, I think we feel like we know what we're doing a bit better this time, don't we? I don't think there's been so much panic buying. People are just like, yeah, we just kind of know sort of, kind of what we're doing, that we can get out for exercise and we can get out to the shops and whatever we need to do. And yeah, it has become a little bit of a new normal. Do I even dare say that? The new normal. We're getting kind of used to it, aren't we? I
think this time it's not so much of a surprise as it was for us on March 16th, when we literally just closed down our business, as you well know. But as I say, we're still here. We've changed what we do and how we do it. We're looking forward, as Maggie says, rather than looking backwards. I think that's another important lesson that we learned from the philosophy of Tai Chi, that there's this sense of looking forward while learning from the past. And again, it's certainly how Helen and I are thinking about things as we move into this new year. So yeah, stay positive, guys. If there's anything, we're all experienced people in our own ways, and therefore, for many of us, we've got the tools with which to kind of manage this kind of thing. Speaking of which, that leads us into this YouTube video that we're going to share a little later. We'll share it on all our social media channels, Facebook page and group. And we'll put a link in to our newsletter that we're going to get out today as well, as a response to the new third national lockdown. But what's it about, Hel? Can you give us some?
So as we were saying, it is the time of year when people kind of think about New Year's resolutions, even if they don't make them. And there's lots to talk about. If you do make a New Year's resolution, what can help you keep to it? And we were inspired. We watched this video, didn't we? And we kind of were inspired because it very much chimed with the Chinese philosophy that Tai Chi embodies. And it was it was a really nice way to think about it, because especially at the moment, if we make a New Year's resolution and instantly that resolution faces a real challenge because the gym's closed or the outdoor Tai Chi class or whatever it was that you were attending closes, how do we keep to our New Year's resolutions when it seems to be just such a huge blockage in the way?
Yeah, so it kind of addresses the blocks and challenges and barriers that we all face when we set a goal. And Chinese philosophy has this kind of nailed down very nicely. Again, we've reviewed a book by the Harvard professor Michael Pue, who wrote the book The Path. Again, we'll link to it again if some of you have already bought the book based on our recommendations. But it talks about the path or the way. And this sense of a path or way of life is really central to classical Chinese philosophy and ways of thinking. So rather than thinking about goals and things to achieve, we think about a theme or a general direction, and it's very broad. So we could, for instance, talk about that I want to have a more healthier lifestyle this year. And that's as broad as it gets. And then what we do, and this is where the path or the way comes in, we begin to walk the way. We begin to make movement in the direction of doing so. And that could be doing very simple things, one thing at a time. And as I say, we'll let the video explain it to you, but it chimes so much with, as we say, classical Chinese philosophy and cultural thinking that is embedded in Tai Chi, that we, remain present to the process in which we're engaged in. So when we do the Bafa Wubu form later in this live stream, I'm really going to make you focus on the present, and we're going to extend time in order to do so. So look out for that. And that's the process. And if we end up stymied, we don't give up, because it's not that we haven't achieved our goal, it's just that we've come to a block in the stream, or we've come to a fork in the road or the path, and we have to make a decision, don't we? Which way do we go, or how am I going to get around this? But it hasn't detracted from that overall theme of I want to be living a more healthy lifestyle. And it's just a process. In China, just like we do here, we talk about one step at a time, and we've just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Whenever we talk about achieving something in life, sometimes the focus is always on the end goal, isn't it? Whereas the Chinese focus on the actual process, that you've got to walk the path towards whatever it is that you're heading to. So the famous saying is, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I think that's a helpful way of thinking about things, particularly in this time of a global pandemic where there's so much uncertainty. We can have general themes like, how do I connect with friends and family who might be quite distant? And that could be, well, I need to start to engage with learning how to use technology so that I can see them. Many of you have done this. And it might be that you do it in a little way. But as we keep going, just as we've done with this live stream, where we started in our kitchen with just our phones, and now we've got lights and a big camera and a laptop, and it's a whole lot better from where we started from, but we didn't have that as a goal. We've just developed as we've gone through the process. You've witnessed that, haven't you, as you've joined us on that journey, and we've literally treated it as a journey, and who knows where we'll be in 2 years' time, but we just plan to keep on going. How does that fit with what you think? Let us know. Have I just rambled on, or does that actually make sense? I'm going to say hello to Judy while you have a think about that. Hi, Judy. Good to have you with us as well. So yeah, any thoughts on the idea of general themes with which to live life, or values is another way you might put it, and that we actually walk the path towards them, taking little steps along the way, and we're present to our steps as we do so. Sounds very like Tai Chi practice, doesn't it? So while you're thinking about that, let's talk about ways to join us. Ali's saying, picture's not very good. Is it just you, Ali? Let us know. From our side, it looks jolly good, but if other people are experiencing poor picture quality, do let us know. But certainly from our side, it all looks Jolly good. I'm sorry to hear that, Ali. Sometimes you might just have to switch it on and off again.
Okay.
Your picture is poor as well, Jill.
Sorry about that.
We're not sure what that is. The image is not very good today.
Maybe everyone's on the internet. Maybe everyone's at home. Everyone's on the internet. Maybe we've got high usage on the internet.
Possibly,
so, apologies.
Everything looks good.
Everything is set up as normal. We might just have to go on. So should we get cracking? We've not got great connection. We'll get cracking.
Yeah.
We'll do what we can. So Phil might be able to, as I get moving, you might be able to have a little bit more to see if there's anything else. But we shall do our best.
Okay, so we'll get started and then we'll talk a little bit more about how you can join us in other ways online. Bear with us. As I say, from our side, everything looks to be streaming very well, but at least for sound is fine. Thanks for that, Ali. So, yeah, internet overload from the whole country, maybe.
Indeed. Everyone's got on. All the schools are on the internet this morning, haven't they? They've all had to go on. So the internet may have just be slowing down and may just be struggling a bit.
Could be.
So what I might get Phil to do is, if I get moving, Phil might have a look from the Facebook angle
I will do.
While I get moving and see what we can do. We might do a little switcheroo, switch off again as I finish before the Bafa or Wubu. How does that sound?
Okay, so and I'll make sure to feed back to StreamYard as well. This issue with pictures as well. So
okay, let's get moving.
Helen's going to get me moving. I'll join you very soon.
There we go. So this is your chance. A lot of you know that score, so make yourself a little bit of room. Clear your cup of tea out of the way or cup of coffee if you've had a drink. Make sure that you've got some space. Make sure that the floor's clear. We've still got our Christmas decorations up, but today is the last day. They are going to go away, but it's been nice to have them up. But just make sure that you've got yourself a little bit of space. So here we go. We've got some sunshine this morning. We're going to enjoy just a pause, take some nice easy breaths, and maybe start to tune into our interior landscape, as it's sometimes called. We can tune into how the feet are maybe feeling on the floor, how our ankles connect to the feet, how our hip bones are sitting on top of our legs. At any point we can have a wiggle to see if things can feel more relaxed, softer. We can feel how the lower back and the tummy area sit on top of the hips. How does the chest area feel? Can you feel it move as the breath comes in? Where do you feel movement? Some people might feel it all the way down. Some people may feel it here. Some people may feel it here. How do the shoulders feel in their sockets? How do the arms feel? How does our neck and jaw feel? This is one of those places where suddenly we can feel, oh, actually that was quite tense, and we naturally let go. Sometimes when we bring attention to an area, we start to immediately think, oh, that doesn't feel comfortable. I feel like I want to let go, and we might help the face or the jaw relax. We might try and let the shoulders relax if it feels a little bit uncomfortable. But the first part of any journey is knowing where we are, isn't it? You need the "you are here" bit on the map, don't you, when you start a journey? So let's have a little shake out. Hopefully we know where we are this morning. We're in embodied philosophy, aren't we? We're here. So let's warm the wrists up. I'm starting to feel that Tai Chi stance. So I've started to step a little bit wider and relax through the knees a little bit more and just feel a little bit softer through the joints. So now I'm going to help warm up the wrists by big circles. So you go with what's comfortable for you. Could be spirals, could be figure of eights, but if we know where we are and how we're feeling, then we can explore a little bit further. How does this feel when I do this? You might want to have a little shake out. Sometimes that helps let go of tension. It might not feel comfortable, so as always, stay with what feels safe and comfortable for you. So we're going to do a nice movement called the fountain or happy days. Feels especially nice to do it on a sunny day. We can imagine that nice sun on our face. And we start from a comfortable stance. So that's up to you. It could be feet at a distance, like more like hip width or shoulder width if that's comfortable, or you could bring them closer together if you're feeling well balanced. But we want you to feel steady. That's the most important thing, not to feel wobbly. We're just going to cross one hand in front of the other and turn the palms over, and we just gently lift the hands up. So this is about stretching. It's about, again, just saying good morning to each of the parts of the body. It's about just tuning in and seeing where we are. We can do that in lots of different ways. So you can see that my palms face forward, and I alternate which hand goes in front each time. Don't worry if you can't remember, nothing bad happens. And in Tai Chi, we try, I'm just going to see you facing the way you are. As I bring the hands down, they're always in front of the chest. And we have our palms facing forward. It's about like you're about to give someone a hug. Or we're about to hug a tree, a big tree. But it's about nice and careful through the shoulders. So, really bad. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little pause. And we'll stop the stream and we'll restart it. So apologies, and we're going to see if that fixes it. Switching on and off often fixes it.
Hello guys, I'm hoping you can hear us. So by all accounts, we've got really good streaming speeds from our internet. So we're not sure. We wonder if it might be YouTube. So what we're going to do is finish the live stream. Very sorry. We will post a link on Facebook or come back to our YouTube channel in about 5 minutes and we'll have a new live stream set up, and let's just see if that sorts it out. So give us 5 minutes. So either visit our Facebook page, not the group, Facebook page, and we'll have a link to the live stream there, or come and stick with the YouTube channel, but wait until I post a new live stream up there. You'll see it as the next live stream. I hope that makes sense. We've got no idea why the picture is frozen. Certainly doesn't seem to be an issue from our side. It could just be that the internet's very busy. Okay. So hopefully we'll see you in 5 minutes. Let's see if we can do this, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. It's just one of those things. Don't worry about it. Nothing bad's going to happen. Take care, folks.